Thanks, Chris. Well, I'm over here with Melissa Sumner and Judy Himes from the Phoebe Volunteer Services, and this week is National Volunteer Week. So we're learning more about what it's like to be a volunteer at Phoebe Putney. And thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you
for
having us.
So go ahead and tell us about what's happening during Volunteer Week.
Well, we're thrilled to honor our volunteers. We have over 650 volunteers at the hospital. And so today we're honoring them with a 2-hour reception. It's going to be from 10 to 12. And then we're also really encouraging the departments to highlight their individual volunteers in their respective groups with different things. So it can be a mug, it could be just a big thank you, a banner. So a big reception today, and then some individual things by department.
Very good. Now, there are so many volunteers. What do they do?
Our volunteers do everything from working with patients, as far as not, of course, clinical, but
Sure.
But they help the patients get to where they need to go, which is a very encouraging thing
Yes.
for our patients. Sometimes it could be just that one little touch that makes a big difference and helps the healing process. Other volunteers do mailings. They might even be at home and sew little teddy bears so that the pediatric patients have something encouraging when they come to the emergency room, or a blanket for those that are receiving infusion. So they have a lot of different things that they do.
And last year they put in several hours of service.
Yes. In fact, our ramp crew put in over 7 miles of ramps for our residents in the area. And we had 74,000 hours donated over the course of last year.
So what does it take to be a volunteer?
We have volunteers in all sorts of groups. We have students, college students, and then we have adult volunteers. So we encourage anybody who's interested in volunteering to go to phoebeputney.com and click on the volunteering link. And you can also call us at Volunteer Services, and that number is 312-4336.
And so what is the application process like? Is there certain things that you're really looking for?
Definitely a commitment to service, and then the application process is going to entail some medical requirements, because obviously we're a healthcare setting, and then it's also going to include some orientations and some paperwork, but definitely something that's easy to do, and we definitely encourage people to stop by.
Very good. Well, in just a moment, we're going to come back to learn more about Phoebe Volunteer Services and what they're doing this week to honor those who have put in so many hours. So again, thank you guys for being here. We're going to be back in just a few moments. Welcome back to Good Day. We're here talking with Melissa Sumner and Judy Himes from Phoebe Volunteer Services. And Phoebe Putney has, tons of volunteers who have put in so many hours of service. And they're honoring those people this week. And so, but you guys, I was amazed to learn the age range of people who do volunteer at the hospital. Tell us about it.
It's definitely a wide range. We have some young people that are part of our summer youth program, and they are 14 years old till about 18 years old, so some high school kids. And then maybe our most senior volunteers can be in their 80s and 90s. We even have a 90-year-old volunteer that was our Volunteer of the Year several years ago. So we're really proud of that.
And so people don't actually have to volunteer at the hospital. You have some off-campus locations as well?
That's correct. Some of the areas include, some people, so kind of like Judy alluded to earlier, some bears, they actually do those from home. Some volunteers sew blankets, they also do that from home. We also have a crew of gentlemen that build ramps, and that's also done not necessarily inside the hospital walls.
Wonderful. Now, you also are honoring people who have served for many years, people who've been there since the 80s. Tell us what's going on with that.
Yes, our volunteers program started in 1983, so we're celebrating about 30 years of our formal volunteer program, even though it has been a volunteer attitude of Phoebe since its inception 100 years ago. But we are just thrilled with the fact that our volunteers are committed to long-term care of our patients, just over the long haul. So many times you think of, well, I'll go volunteer for a week or even a month, but these volunteers volunteer every week. They give 3 to 4 hours a week, every week for years and years. So it's really a blessing.
That's amazing. And what role models they are for all of us to learn about giving and not receiving anything in return and doing it just because you love people.
That's right. Our volunteers do it out of the goodness of their heart. They want to be there and be with the patients and help the hospital. They are a role model not just for our staff, because they come in unpaid, but they're also a great role model for our young people because they see us giving. And beyond that, I believe that they are an encouragement to our patients. And that is the most important thing at Phoebe, is our patient care. Our volunteers, as they help our patients, they look at that and they say, well, I expect a doctor or a nurse to give me care. But when they look at someone that is helping them out of the goodness of their heart because they want to see that patient improve, then that just helps the healing process even more.
Very good. Well, we do appreciate you both for coming on this morning to talk with us. And if you would like more information, you can contact Phoebe Putney about how you can become a volunteer. And again, we hope you guys have a wonderful week just celebrating those who have given so much time.
Thank you.
Thank you.